Hello everyone. So in this video I will be showing how I created this list item component for both my segments, that is the locations and purchase orders. So this is the tablet view and this will be the mobile view. I will be creating this reusable list item component using some variables. Now I will be showing how both the segments list item are adjusted using the variables. So this is the segment and this is the two segments div, that is the locations and purchase order. It contains 8 items each, that is location contain 8 items and purchase order contain 7 items. So I will be showing how I will be adjusting this items columns by using the variables. First of all, we will be giving it a class, that is list item, and currently I don't have applied any styling to this, so it looks like this. No columns or no grid is created. We just have the items one below each. So I will be creating this using the CSS grid styling. So without any delay, let's just dig into the styling portion. So as I told before that I will be using a class called list item. So we are creating a class list item. Inside that I will be defining some column variables, that is I will be using columns mobile variable. I will be creating a columns mobile variable and will assign it a value, that is I want two columns in the mobile view, so I have created a two columns mobile variable. Same I will be creating for tablet, and I want five columns in my tablet view, so I have assigned five variable, and I want eight columns in my desktop view, so I will assign 8 to the desktop portion variable. Now, since we will go from mobile to desktop, so this is the mobile portion or the common portion styling, that is it will be common for tablet, desktop and mobile, but we can adjust this style by using the media query separate for tablet and desktop. So this is for the mobile view first. So I will be creating another variable to calculate the column, that is I will be creating a variable called column calc or call calc, and will be using the variable mobile over here. The columns mobile variable I will be assigning it, that is the column calc will be 2 in the mobile view. This is how I used and created the variable. Next, as we are able to see this ellipse button over here, I want this ellipse button to be as it is, that is it has its own position and remaining columns should adjust accordingly. So I will be creating a implicit columns variable again, from in which I will be minusing this one column. So I will be here using the column calc variable -1, that is the whole grid should be there minus 1, that is that will be for the ellipse variable with ellipse button. This is I have done because I want my this ellipse button to be positioned as it is and the remaining columns should adjust. Now I will be using display grid property, and after that I will be creating columns using the grid template columns, and I will be using the repeat property over here, repeat value, and inside that repeat value I will be using the implicit column variable. Implicit column variable here is the remaining columns minus the ellipse button. So I the repeat all the columns will repeat with 1 fr each, and I want my last ellipse button to have a max content, so I will be giving its width like this. Ellipse column will contain any number that we will adjust in the columns mobile, tablet or desktop. It will calculate accordingly, but the ellipse button will remain as it is. So now all the columns will repeat 1 fr each, and the last button will have the max content width. Now just use this class and we are able to see this view. It is looking like this because we have written this in the mobile portion, and two variables, two number we have used for column mobile. That is why it is coming in two columns. For this we have to adjust the list item column in the desktop view using the media query, and again for the tablet view in the tablet media query. Now I will be creating media query for desktop, and inside that I will be providing our list item a different column calculation. So here the call calc variable will have the value as the variable column desktop. Above in the mobile we have used columns mobile as the value. Here we will be using the column desktop as the value of column calc. So it will be taking 8, then it will be going to the implicit columns where it will become 7 by minusing 1, then display grid where it will repeat the 7 with 1 fr and max content of our ellipse button. We have a typo over here, that is why it isn't working. So I have wrongly written the name of the variable, so I will just quickly remove the extra c that we have written in the calc. So this is how our grid is looking in the desktop view. Now I will be providing some align items and justify items to center our grid columns. I want my columns to be aligned vertically and horizontally center. For that I have used justify items and align items property. In desktop view it is looking like this. Maybe we have made some mistakes by using the media query. Let's just figure it out. Both the segments are looking same. We have written max width instead of min width. So for desktop view, I will be using min width instead of the max width. Now it is looking fine. Now I want all my list items to be displayed none on my mobile view and only first and last columns should be viewed. So for that I will be selecting all the list item and making them display none in the mobile portion, and I will be unsetting this display none property in the desktop portion. This is I am doing because I only want my first column and my last column to be always viewed on my mobile, and for this I will be using the first child and last child selector. So this is how it is looking now for the mobile, and this is displayed unset on the desktop view. Now I will be setting the property for the first child. I will be displaying it unset and will align it itself in the start by using the justify self, because I want it to be aligned horizontally start. So this can be achieved by justify self, and align self will align it vertically start, but I want now I want my last child to be display unset and justifies itself to the end. So this is how it is looking in the mobile view and in the desktop view. Now I will be writing some media query for the tablet view as well. But first of all, I will be centering all the labels by using center, text align center property. The purchase order contains 7 columns, so we can adjust the column desktop value of purchase order to 7 so that it can automatically calculate in the implicit column and automatically it will make the grid itself. So I will be replacing the column desktop value to 7 from 8. So in this way we can override the current columns value. That is, I have created a purchase order class and I have used it in the purchase order div. We can use two classes in one div like this. So as we can see, 7 columns are defined over here and it is making the grid automatically by adjusting the column value. Now I will be creating the media query for tablet view. I will create a tablet class over here and I will be giving it a display unset property and I will be using this tablet class in all the items that I want in the tablet view because we have displayed none all the list item previously. So I have display unset the tablet and I will be using this class in the items I want to be viewed on the tablet. So for the list item, we will be setting the call calc value to the columns tablet. That is, now it will be of 5 columns because we have predefined the columns tablet value as 5. Five columns have been created, but we haven't provided items with the tablet class, so it is not showing. Let's just give the choice of items, the class tablets that we want to be viewed on the tablet view. So these items are viewed on the tablet because I have provided tablet class to it. I will add this class to few more items so that it will be clear for you once again how we can use this. If I want a column to be blank, what I will be doing, I will be just replacing this item with a blank div. That is, I don't want this column, so I will be replacing it with blank div and just save it. Automatically the columns are created. The place for the item we don't want is replaced with the space because the div is blank. So in this way we can create numerous number of this type of grid using the list item component by just justifying the columns variables that we have created. Just create it once and place it in the global component, and we can reuse it by adjusting the variables on the page by overriding it. So if you like this video, please like. Thank you.